Hi, it's Ina the Mood Reader and welcome to today's video. Another bookmas video for you guys, and for this one, it's going to be a book recommendations video. I'll be sharing with you some of the contemporary romances, all holiday themed, perfect to, set your reading mood into celebrating this season. I have a few books here to share with you, some books I've read before and some books that I've been interested in picking up probably next year because my December is booked. But anyway, I would just like to start with this amazing read I've finished a few weeks back, and it's The Holiday Switch by Tiff Marcello. So first of all, it has a very, very beautiful cover, and the reason why I was super excited about this is that because this is a young adult romance featuring Filipino-American characters, and Tiff Marcello is a Filipino author and she has written a lot of romance reads, but I think usually her romance were more new adult to adult. So I haven't read any of her works before. This is my first one, and I have to say that I rated this one 5 stars. There are numerous reasons to enjoy reading this book, but I want to name a few at the top of my head. So first is that, of course, we have Filipino characters, which is very exciting. Aside from that, our lead character, Lila, is a bookworm. She has her own book blog, so she is a content creator, and her niche is reading Christmas books, whether it's a romance or a thriller. As long as it's Christmassy, she reads it, and nobody knows that it's her passion. And the third reason is that it's set in a small town, so it's a very cozy-ish romance read, and there's something quirky and endearing about small towns. So I'm very, very happy that was the setting of the book. In fact, the small town is very popular because it was the location for a Christmas movie, also with a Filipino heroine. I think the leading lady is a Filipino, so that's why our main character also is fascinated about that movie. And all of this was happening throughout the holidays. She is working in an inn, and particularly I think in the section with memorabilia of the movie, and as well as some books to pick out for tourists and all that. And then there she meets, for that specific holiday, the nephew of the innkeeper would be working there as well. So she was planning to pick up some shifts because she's trying to save up money, but because of the nephew came in, she now has like a rival on getting more shifts. So technically they started as, I'm not gonna say enemies to lovers, I think it's more on dislike to lovers. And then yeah, that's where the story revolves around, as well as it touches on family, it touches on friendship, also with growing up, because she is leaving soon for college, and she has this bucket list to do with her friends, but everything's very busy and life gets in the way and all that. Overall, I really, really love this book. I am inviting everyone to give it a try. So there. The next book is Royal Holiday. It's a book I read before for a Christmas-themed readathon, and it's the number 4 book on the Wedding Date series. It's by Jasmine Guillory, and what makes this book interesting is that it has older leads. So if you're looking for a romance with older characters, this is very, very appropriate. This is very perfect for that. In this story, the main character, Vivian, has to tag along her daughter Maddie's trip to celebrate Christmas in England because she will be styling a royal family member. So it's definitely out of her comfort zone because she only left the country once before. And there she meets someone who worked for the Queen, Malcolm. So here in the book, they were attracted to each other, so they kind of had an affair, and they made an arrangement that come New Year's Day, they would end this affair, but feelings get involved. So it's something, you know, really Hallmarky-ish. And yeah, there was a lot of fun adventures. And it's very movie-ish for me, so I really enjoyed that. And the author has a good writing style, so it's perfect for that. The next book is The Tourist Attraction by Sarah Morgan Thaler. I'm not sure how to read her last name, but this one is a random pick I had on Scribd. So it's about Moose Springs, Alaska, and it's another small town romance, and I really love reading about small towns, if I haven't said that already. This one is set in Moose Springs, and we have here Graham Barnett, who owns the Tourist Trap. It's a business set in their tourist attraction town, and there he meets a visitor named Zoe. So Zoe is on a trip, 2 weeks in Alaska, and one look into the mountain town of Moose Springs, she is smitten. She fell in love with it, and their paths crossed, and yeah. So basically here, the book fits the grumpy sunshine trope. Graham is a little grumpy, and Zoe is trying to break down those walls. And overall, I did enjoy this. As much as I enjoyed reading or listening to this book, what made the book that I loved better is the second part of the series, which is Mistletoe and Mr. Wright by the same author, and it has the tagline, "How the Moose Almost Stole Christmas." So here we have Lana Montgomery. She is a rich socialite, another tourist coming into Moose Springs, and then she meets Rick Harding. He is another grumpy hero. He had a few tough years, and he is having trouble knowing Lana is back in town, and there is a Christmas moose on the loose in the town, and everybody is trying to catch this moose because it's been ruining Christmas for everyone. When Lana wants to tranquilize the moose, she hits Rick instead, and there Rick grabs the opportunity to get to know Lana and all that. And yeah, I love the dynamic between the characters here. It gave me a lot of laughs, and it's very Christmassy, so it's perfect again for the read. And the moose will really steal the show, so it's a fun, especially as an audiobook, it's a fun book to listen to, if you get what I mean. So the next romance is the fifth book on this recommendations list. It's In the Holidays by Christina Lauren. I'm recommending this book despite me not really liking it, but it might be the romance for you. So basically, this is a book that features a time loop. So we have here, let me just read this. So Maylene has a family tradition. She spends their family spends Christmas with another family friend of her parents, and she became friends with their sons as well. So there are two sons there, and she is attracted to one of them. Basically, something happened something happened when they were together, everyone in the family on the cabin, and then she wakes up, realized that the same day is happening, and she's on the time loop of the day repeating itself, kind of Groundhog Day, if I'm not mistaken. That's a trope here. According to its description on Goodreads, it's about one Christmas wish, two brothers, and a lifetime of hope for Maylene Jones. And yeah, it has, you know, the Christina Lauren trademark of writing. It's very entertaining. It's a very quick read. The only problem I had with this is that our main character ended up with someone I didn't want her to end up with, so that ruined the experience for me. I think there was chemistry and tension wasted on one of the characters, so yeah. For the sixth book, I have another Filipino romance, and this time it's Sweet on You by Carla de Guzman. I read this last year because I was kindly sent the arc of this one by Carina Press, which is the publisher of the book. I knew Carla de Guzman from romance class, and I really am happy that she got picked up by an international publisher, especially as she is telling a story about a Filipino romance. So this one is set in Batangas, and I remember I loved how much unapologetically Filipino this story is. You know how much the Philippines love this holiday season, and this book screams all about that. We have a barista and a baker, so it's really a lot of references to Filipino food. And this story is rivals to lovers, and they have a lot of prank wars because their businesses are beside each other, so they are kind of having side to side prank wars. But aside from the romance here, there's a lot of family dynamics, sibling relationships, following your dreams, and starting a small business in the Philippines. But all in all, in terms of romance, this book has an adorable couple. They have nice banter, and in the steamy scenes, Carla de Guzman really did deliver. So if you're looking for something like that, this is a book you should really pick up. So those are all the 6 books I've read before. I have here 4 books that I'm kind of interested in, so I'll just be reading their Goodreads description. The first one is The Holiday Swap. I actually ordered this from Book of the Month, but I'll probably be receiving it February next year, or maybe March because of the port congestions and shipping delays, but I still would love to read this. It's described as a feel-good, holiday-themed romantic comedy about identical twins who switch lives in the days leading up to Christmas. So we have a chef, Charlie Goodwin, and her identical twin, Cass, who is living in a quaint mountain hometown running their family's bakery. So they're both bakers, and it says here, will the twins' identity swap be a recipe for disaster, or does it have all the right ingredients for getting their lives back on track? So there, I'm very hopeful about this one. The other book I want to read is Blame It on the Mistletoe by Beth Garrett. It says here that it's Sweet Cute meets the movie The Holiday, and this family holiday rom-com where 2 very different girls swap lives for a Christmas adventure. So I'm very excited about this one as well, because Tweet Cute is one of my most favorite reads. And it says here that we have Elle, a social media star with the hashtag Dream Life. Determined to shake up her content and gain new followers, she is on a mission to find a British fan to swap with for Christmas. We also have Holly, who loves everything about Christmas, but after a mortifying mistletoe disaster with her ex, her perfect plans unravel like a bad Christmas sweater. Can Holly save the holidays when she switches places with a favorite social media influencer? Elle gets more than she bargained for when she meets the cute boy from across the street, and Holly wasn't expecting Elle to have a handsome twin brother, and this would come with a lot of surprises. So there. Next we have this book I saw when I was in Fully Booked shopping, and it's Duke actually. It's a recent release just this November. And it says here that it's about Maximilian von Habsburg, Baron of Loden and the heir to the Duke of Aquila. He is trapped under pressure from his domineering father, and he must marry a suitable bride And then, in New York, to meet a prospective wife, he ditches his responsibilities and appears on Danny Martinez's doorstep. He has been intrigued by the no-nonsense professor since he met her at the Eldovian royal wedding and is determined to befriend her. Newly single Danny is done with love, and that's why she hits it off with the notorious Rick. He's trying to escape relationships. She's resolved to avoid them. All they want from each other is friendship, but of course, is that really all there is? So there. And lastly, we have here a Tessa Bailey book, and I think this one was released in October 2021, and this is Window Shopping. It says here it's a sizzling standalone feel-good holiday romance. So it says here in one of the reviews, it's a perfect Christmas romance, equally cute and steamy, with a grumpy sunshine trope where the heroine is the grump and the hero is the sunshine, wrapped in Christmas spirit and festive bow ties. So there, those are all the books that all my holiday recommendations for this year. If you have other romance holiday reads that you want to suggest, then please share it with me in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. See you guys on the next one, and may you always be in the mood for reading. Bye!